Hi everyone, this is Mike Velez. I'm here to share with you my case study in regards to parental apathy, EDL 856. First thing we're going to talk about is category 1, which states the problem, identification, and analysis. There are three things that we're looking for here. A is what do I know, B is what do I need to know, and C, what is the actual problem. So what I know that Mrs. Rose has an educational / knowledge to know how to promote a school's culture and climate. She's a recent graduate and has taken a course in school community relations. The principal agrees there is a lack of parent involvement, but is reluctant to the belief of change can happen. I know that there is no PTO or PTA at John F. Kennedy School. I know that there's poor parent attendance at previous meetings, and the principal does not want to continue with further gatherings. And I also know that parent meeting was only advertised with a letter sent home one day. What do I need to know? I feel that I need to know what happened to the PTA, what caused it to shut down. What parents has the principal been in communication with? Why was the information only sent home once and only as a letter? Were there any other past events that went bad, causing a lack of parents now? Has the principal had any bad or awkward experiences with parents prior to this meeting? And the parents that did show, what is their main goal and what would they like to see change? Next is identifying the problem. So some of the things that are causing these problems is there is no little to no parent involvement. That is the core problem here. Something else that I thought needed to be mentioned was the current administration is okay with the lack of parental support, aside from the vice principal, Ms. Rose. But again, she's a VP, and there's only so much that she is allowed to do. But she does understand that there is a lack of parental support. The principal shows no interest or enthusiasm to moving forward with meetings, and there is a VP who needs to step up to the plate and make strides to help the situation. Category 2 is the plan of action. What can we do? The first thing we need to do is the meeting must be held, no matter how many people attend. Share the vision / mission statement with those who attend and be clear and confident. Keep planning additional meetings, promote and have parents spread the news. Use social media, school website, newsletters, robocalls to promote the meeting. Have meetings at comfortable locations, coffee shops. And create a survey and hand it out at the meetings for feedback to know how the parents feel. And lastly, give parents a voice, an opportunity to speak. Every parent wants to be heard. Some of the strategies to help implement these plans is to plan a follow-up meeting at a fun location. Just like you would have the initial meeting at a comfortable place like a coffee shop or some maybe a theater or some sort, something where parents aren't going to the school where they feel like they're sitting in a closed meeting. And then have that follow-up meeting at another fun location to talk over, what happened last time. Gather some of that feedback from parents through a survey. Reach out to community members. Have refreshments at the meeting. Show appreciation to the parents. Everyone wants to be appreciated. Me, I love food. I love refreshments. So having that there is going to be a plus for me as a parent. Go over aspects parents can be a part of. Don't waste their time with things that they can't change or, be a part of. Create a school environment that welcomes parents. A school should have a structured open door policy where parents can come in, make appointments to speak with teachers, look at the school, help with organizations throughout the school, and things of that nature. And then lastly, being a father, provide childcare for parents during meetings. In most households, both family members, mother and father, work. Usually nowadays they're not traditional hours. It's not 9 to 5 anymore. It's nights, it's weekends, it's during the day. So we have to be able to accommodate, the parents as much as we can. Category 3, promoting success of all students. One of the things we need to do is parent involvement has shown to decrease unwanted behavior of students and better the academic achievement. Another way we can promote success of all students is have multiple events for parents and families to become a part of the school climate and culture. The next thing is all parties involved must share that same vision and mission. I keep bringing that vision and mission statement up. That is the core, goal of the school. We all need to have that, in the back of our mind. Inform parents of events through email, phone calls, robocalls, newsletters, and school website. And then tying the original all three together, holding academic night. Having parents come and speak to teachers. How's my son or daughter doing? Seeing their work on the wall. Seeing, what we're doing in the school. Having a movie night. Bring parents to the school for things other than academics. Reading night. And also having cultural events if you're in a cultural area. All these things help to promote student success. Category 4, debriefing the problem. There are 3 main things we want to talk about, which are thinking, feeling, and valuing, and then we're going to get to some of the unresolved issues. Starting with thinking, I was thinking, why was the PTO/PTA stopped? I also thought, why does the principal have a bad attitude from the beginning? Why is Miss Rose Miss Rose has had the perfect opportunity to step up and make a change, but she's kind of hesitant to do so. What was I feeling? I had that feeling of curiousness of all the unknowns and some of the decisions that were made. I just didn't understand. Something can always be done. That's another feeling I always have when these situations arise, that there is always something that can be done. It's just those who choose to do something. Then I also felt sad for the students and for the parents. The parents aren't, they're not being welcomed. They're not, feeling involved. And therefore, that obviously, turns around on the students. And valuing. As an administrator, you need to value the PTO and the PTA and the parents. That's the connection that we make with the students. Communication is a huge thing that needs to be valued, and also accountability. As a principal or a vice principal, the accountability of making those connections with the parents and families, communication, that's monumental. That needs to happen. Some of the unresolved issues. The VP and the principal need to determine what roles they are going to take on in regard to parental involvement. I think, one doesn't want to do anything, one knows what to do, but is hesitant to do it. So I think we need to come to terms on, where they stand in this, situation. Again, what happened to the PTO/PTA? That was never truly stated, why that ended. What happened with the principal? Why so negative towards parental involvement? What happened? There's that underlying issue that there had to have something happen where the PTO was ended and that the principal has all these negative views. Category 5, reflecting on Standard 4. There were 3 levels, if you can say, that I decided to talk about. The first one was collaborating with families and communities. First, we need to get the word out to families using any media outlet available. We need to share survey feedback with the parents, community, and stakeholders. And we also need to ask community members to have a voice. Next, we're going to talk about responding to diverse needs and interests of the community. I would like to offer additional or catch-up meetings at different times to accommodate parents who work off hours. Also, offer childcare at any of these, if not all, meetings. And that's a great way to have, seniors get their community service hours. They could be there and, take them to the gym and do, games and things like that, where, parents don't have to worry about them. They're safe, and they can, take their mind and focus it towards the school itself. And then use multiple media sources to reach community and family members, as far as newspapers, Facebook postings and things of that nature. Social media is rampant, and we need to use it in a more positive way for our students and families. And lastly, initialize community resources to address such solved problems. I would like to create a community engagement position in the school, individuals that are responsible for bridging that gap between the school, the community, and the parents. Obviously, reinstate the PTA/PTO, and then use community media outlets to reach out for support for our students. And lastly, I leave you with some of the standards that were addressed within my PowerPoint today. And as you can see, this infographic that I have here for you is that it's all connected and it's all geared toward student success using the school, family, and community. Standards 1B for PSEL, in collaboration with members of the school and the community and using relevant data, develop and promote a vision for the school on successful learning and development of each child and instructional and organizational practices that promote success. ISTE 1A, inspire and facilitate among all stakeholders a shared vision of purposeful change that maximizes use of digital age resources to meet and exceed learning goals, support effective instructional practice, and maximize performance of district and school leaders. So again, brings us back to the vision and mission of, what the school is trying to accomplish. Thank you for listening to my PowerPoint about the case study for parental apathy. I apologize, my voice is scratchy. This is the first week of spring sports at the high school, so my voice is not used to encouraging my student athletes to perform their best. Look forward to talking to everybody again in the near future in our next course. Have a good night.